Hi, Coach Donnell here, and I'm so excited to share with you a little bit about my courses, How to Become a Life Coach and Mobilizing the Coachee. Coaching is not therapy. However, we may use some of the same tools, but we're all about moving people forward and getting results. And in this course, you learn, or in these courses, you learn lots of ways to get results. But first and foremost, you discover, you plan, and you be. And by discovering, I mean, you learn a lot about yourself. You engage some things and learn what's in you, what's deep within you, and whether or not this is a choice you want to make. And then we get into the planning part. And what does it take? What does it take to be that? And, then we just move out and mobilize into just being that. When I say discovery, we talk about our strengths and how to engage those things we're not so strong at. We talk about our learning styles and even having conversations with others and identifying what they're understanding and how they understand. These conversations are critical because in these conversations, guess what? We're making choices about our life change, choices about, how to actually engage others. And guess what? We're impacting their lives as well. So that's what's so great about How to Become a Life Coach and Mobilizing the Coachee. We learn about our mission, our vision, those things that we're passionate about. We learn about just even in potential. What does that mean to have potential? And what areas do we have potential in? And so we work through a lot of those things, and we're engaging in a lot of those great conversations that allow us to make great choices for our lives. And so I wanted to share a little bit about that. A couple tools from the class they also wanted me to share with you. One tool is engaging everyone to see exactly where they're at when they walk into the classroom. You can do that anywhere you are. You can speak to that person just to see where they're at. Are they in a box? Are they trapped? Is something keeping them trapped? A lot of times when people are late to class or late to their jobs, something is going on. And why are they making these choices? Is there any way around these choices? And so we provide coaching opportunities for those that are late. And guess what it does? It assists those to move forward. And guess what? They want to be the ones coaching the next time for anybody else that's late. And so it's always interesting to see the dynamic of how this happens. In my class, there's another tool I like to offer up. And that is actually gathering everyone's expectations at the beginning of the class. Sometimes people have expectations of you and what you're teaching or what you're saying to them that may not be what you're planning to give them or a teacher about. And so what we do is we gather these at the beginning because a lot of times as teachers or instructors or just as speakers, we have a way of just giving our expectations, but we don't take any back. And in coaching, it's really all about feedback. Really, it is. And getting clarity and bringing it back around to ensure that we understand what that feedback is all about. So we do this in class, and the results are unbelievable because a lot of times you can catch anything that may not be as such to the other person or even to you, and then you can put a plan in place. And this is one of a great tool in terms of feedback for coaches. And I love it. I like to share it. I do this in class. We do it the last 15 minutes, and the results are outstanding because we get on point with our objectives, and then we dig deep into them, and then we realize that guess what? We have met them. Actually, we have superseded the objectives just by gathering up the feedback and what everybody learned. And it gives us a place to start for the next course. It gives you a place to start for your next conversation as well. Another tool I like to give is one called the Dr. U. This is a great tool. And we use the argument from Malcolm Gladwell's book, Blink. I believe it's Blink. It may not be Blink. It may be another one. But I've read, and I suggest you read all of Malcolm Gladwell's. However, in this, we offer up the argument of how many hours does it take to have a degree? How many hours does it take to have a doctorate degree? And how many hours have you actually been on this earth and understanding just who you are? And what does that take? Do we understand exactly who we are and how much time have we put to that? Because in actuality, if we have put the time and taken time to understand just who we are and how our environment is impacting us, chances are we have enough hours to have a degree. And this really works well as we work through that process and, have the coachees or the students and whomever understand what they put into it, because it has value. I like to say that, you know what? Change your perspective, you change your life. Everyone has value. And so this brings value to each and every one, whether they have a degree or not. Once they begin to calculate the hours and hours, when they really begin to understand who they are and what they're doing in their lives and the choices that they're making and why they made those choices, and the fact that they can move forward by making new choices. So I like to offer up a couple of coaches that are before you. They're going to tell you a little bit more about their experiences in the class. And so I'm so excited that they're here with us as well. And by the way, coaching looks good on you. And by the way, excellence looks good on you.